Okay. Now, hopefully nothing freaking breaks and explodes. But last time, you guys were attacked by rebels who you beat the shit out of really easily. And I made some things about poison that now is now in effect. You know who you are and what you did. Uh, but yeah, you one of them disobeyed one of the disobeyed the leader of the group, and then everyone got almost killed except for the one who is like, "Nah, I'm out," and he left. You guys let the leader live, but he was badly hurt, but alive. And then you guys came through uh, more north towards Dynamis, the city, and you came across the giant icicles in question. You tried several things and nothing really worked, or you didn't know how these things were formed. You didn't know how they got here. The only thing you could really tell is that they're obviously not here normally. Like something either put them here or like uh took the ice from the ground and shunted it into the sky, or towards the sky rather.
Mhm.
Uh, and you're like, well, not much doing. So you guys head to the city, where they said uh, it's getting late. Go to one of the inns that we have here, and come back in the morning, and we can uh, give you some better equipment, maybe that'll actually help you in doing what you need to do. So you did. You went to an inn where the proprietor was a sorcery mon who gave you some extra info, and then you basically slept for the night. And now it is in the next morning. Whoever gets up first will notice that sorcery mon is not home when you go out to like the lobby.
Oh my god, he's dead.
No.
I mean, probably not. Okay, so I did have a question
Yes.
that came up in my mind. If if they have the gear here for clearing the ice,
Mm-hmm.
why did they want people from somewhere else to come and do it?
Uh, so, would you have asked Sorcery on that the day before or whatever?
I mean,
Because
probably,
right
yeah.
now, no one's here to answer any questions for you. So you can only really speculate right now.
I mean, I'm not super worried about it. I was just thinking about it out of game. Like, that's a little strange. Like, you
Okay.
would think if they have the equipment,
You
they would be
did
able to do
notice
it.
that compared when you came into town, you've been probably wandering around and whatever. You do know that there is definitely less Digimon up here than there was, for example, in if I can remember the Jungle Town. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure that's I'm not gonna pronounce this incorrectly, but Yagia.
Okay.
I'm sure that's pronounced a specific way because all the town, if you haven't noticed, all the town names are not English names.
So, how does this room look at the moment? Is there like any signs of struggle or anything like that, or is it just as
No,
you
he's
left it
just not
there
here.
right
There doesn't look like anything's happened. He's just not here.
now? Okay. They want to go and take a look outside.
Like there's a. It's made like I said. It was made for only uh larger or smaller Digimon. So because there's three of you, there you've taken up like probably half of the rooms.
Mhm.
It's not a relatively big inn. It's just that you guys are just big, like large sized Digimon, other than probably the guards, aren't really a commonplace thing that's here. But yeah, no, doesn't look like any sort of struggle or anything. He's just not here.
Yeah, I was assuming he was just out and about. I was joking when I said he was dead.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was just curious, more or less. So, is it
What?
looking outside at the moment? Can I go and peer out?
Uh, yep, you sure can. You're kind of like where like the center in quotes town is. You're pretty far away from it, but there's Digimon walking around, but you don't really see him outside if you're looking for him.
Okay.
I'm going to just quickly open up your guys' sheets and DDA just so I have it. So I basically so that I can see skills and things of what I could prefer it to.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it looks pretty calm. Although anyone who's outside, you can roll me a survival if you could,
Survival.
which is it. Which is just 3d6 plus whatever your plus is,
Plus whatever my what is?
plus whatever your plus is on it because it'll be different depending on like
Yeah, it's on the far right hand side of the sheet is
yeah,
where all the skills are
Ah,
because
at.
Law has plus fives and all uh, mental. I'm gonna call them stats.
Yeah, basically.
that's plus 2. Oh,
Kaz, if you could roll me a survival, because unfortunately, the only thing you really notice that it's even though it's the morning, it's still kind of dark out.
Okay.
So, Kaz, if you can get
So,
higher than a 14, please.
okay. Where's my
It's just roll 3d6, and you only have plus 2 in it because you don't have anything really
okay.
for it.
Okay.
And none of you guys have what would it be, Snow Walker for whatever the thing is for up here, Nature Walk Ice or something. I don't know what it would be specifically, but neither of you had that, so I can't give you a bonus for that. All right, perfect. That's an 18 there, Kaz. So, Kaz,
Okay.
for some reason come out and you look up to the sky and you think, huh, looks like it's gonna probably snow or blizzard.
Oh, great.
Or
lovely.
yeah, 18 wouldn't be enough to know that it would if it's gonna be blizzarding on it, but it's probably definitely gonna snow soon. That being how dark those clouds are.
I'm sure it's totally fine for us to be out
Uh,
in that.
the
We're
temperature
definitely
of
better.
as always hasn't changed. It's still cold, but you're you'll survive for now.
Okay. Well, as long as it doesn't get too nasty while we're out trying to clear stuff.
So what do you guys do then?
I mean, I figure we probably ought to get our gear and head out, right?
The most sensible option.
Did we know who we needed to talk to for the
You just had
gear?
to go. They said the guards said they would just give you. So you got to just go back to the main gate, basically.
Okay. Well, let's go do that.
All right. when you go back to said main gate, I'm going to bring you to, I believe this is the one. I'm going to put that one up first. There is not really a commotion going on in the center. There's two things you will notice. First of all, you see the Sorcerymon that was in your thing. He seems to be talking to a bunch of Digimon who are just kind of sitting there listening to him. Actually, there'll be three things. The second thing is that you'll see some Penguinmon, which you didn't see before walking around. And thirdly, in the center of this place, there seems to be a pop-up stall that's just appeared up in the corner there. From where you guys are, you cannot tell who is running it.
Okay. So it looks like, by the way that everyone is standing there, that like they're listening to the Sorceremon speak about something, maybe, or
Yes.
okay. Well, I'd like to go over and at least hear what's going on.
Well, feel free to move to wherever you want to.
I'm going to shift over here.
All right. Kaz, anywhere specific you want to go to?
Um, Maybe I'll follow.
All right.
I'm fine.
Kaz and La, you guys, as you're going here, you can start hearing Sorcerymon talking, but you also hear talking coming from your south. It sounds like one of the Mammothmon guards are talking to someone. In actuality, you can see them, but you can't actually see them from where you are.
Oh, well, yeah, like from inside we can't see
Yeah,
them, but
because you might be able to see the Nannymon, like half of him, but you won't be able to see anyone else.
okay.
And just so we are clear that this opening here is actually an archway of ice. But getting this close, you can hear that
A
Sorcerymon.
Nannymon, an Ice Devimon, and a Songloopmon, it looks like. Okay.
You hear the Sorcerymon talking, and he's basically just giving a small history lesson about stuff that you as characters already know. Uh, Basically, kind of what I have written in the. Basically, similar to the uh, same thing that Minervamon was talking to in when we first started, when I had that like cutscene going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit different, mostly because obviously Minervamon knows more, being a member of the Olympus 12, right? 12, 13? I'm pretty sure it's 12, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little, you as he's talking, he's speaking about it, but you're noticing that from what you've had to know about being in the brigade, there's some gaps in it that are different. Whether that be he just doesn't know, or he doesn't want to just bog down the details, you don't know.
Okay.
So it's nothing really any new to you guys.
Okay, fair enough.
And I think, yeah, you're the closest to see here at this guy, because none of these guys are taller than you, so you can see right over them. There is a figure kind of like head down, slumped over on like the desk. You can't really see his face, but his he's got a black and red hat that kind of like splits in half. That's really all you could tell from him. I guess he's kind of wearing purple and black clothes from where his shoulders are. That's about all you can make out.
Well, I guess let's get a little bit closer and check out.
Okay. As you get closer, he's kind of just like face down, but let me go. I gotta go to the GM layer to put him down onto the token layer. Will see this Digimon, who Kaz will remember was in at the Brigade HQ.
Oh,
And he's just head down, maybe just listening because you can hear him talking from here. But
Joking about
he's just kind of face down, not really looking up at all.
I'm gonna shift over to this side as well. Although
Does it seem like he's running like a shop or something?
Kind of, yeah. It looks like it's kind of just like a pop up shop, but yeah.
Okay. Is our wares presented out, or do we need to ask him to show us stuff?
There's nothing on like the front counter where he's like laying face down in, but you can see stuff behind him.
Um, does he seem to be awake?
Uh, he doesn't sound like he's snoring.
I'll just kind of do a little bit of like a throat clear, just like a, excuse me.
Huh? What? Oh, hey, how's it going? How can I help you? Sorry, I just was listening to that story and I got, just decided to put my head down. What's up? How can I help you?
No worries, no worries. It just looks like you have some sort of a shop here, perhaps, and we were interested in what you have.
Yeah, I figured I set up something here. Came here to get some specific wares, and I'm just waiting on them. Be a few days. I'm just bored and decided I'll shop, see what I can sell. It's from what I've picked up on along the way. You guys aren't from here. I'm gonna guess you're part of the Olympus Brigade.
Yeah, we're in town to help them out with some troubles they've been having recently, and
Yeah, the
was kind of
icicle
hoping,
stuff. Yeah, I saw that on
maybe
my
some of
way
the
in.
stuff you're selling would be helpful.
Yeah, I saw that the icicle problem, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that on my way in. Those things pretty tough. Pretty tough.
yeah,
Yep.
pretty sizable, but apparently they have some equipment that we can use to clear them out, and the ice does a lot of useful stuff for the Digimon who live in the village, so it'll be good.
Yeah. Well, you looking for anything in particular? Don't have too much right now because I kind of sold out when I was at the Brigade HQ. But I picked up some small things on the way in. If you're interested.
I mean, I have no idea what sort of wares you sell, so sure.
All right. I have a thing for this, but I'm not gonna show you it just yet. But I'll just tell you what he currently has.
Huh?
Let's see. He has, we'll say, 3 recovery 5s, worth 500 bits each. Let's see. And all 3 of you roll me. Yeah, he'd only have ones of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. All of you, actually, yeah, we'll do 9. All of you roll me uh, a d10.
Two.
what?
2? All right.
Yeah. Come on,
Kaz just
Kaz, roll a two. Unbroken streak.
D10.
a d10, yeah.
Then
You know what? I'll take it.
All right.
You
He's
got two
also
twos.
got 2 speed plugins and a health plugin.
And
For
what
your
do the
reference, the
plugins do? Is it like
speed
a temporary
plugin
buffer?
for 8 those will all be for 800 bits each. The speed plugins, they grant you a temporary dodge buff equal to your stage bonus for a turn.
Hmm.
And the health buff gives you the health plugin gives you a temporary health buff. So it gives you like temporary wound boxes basically. So how do I have this worded here? This is D&D and Pathfinder stuff, and I'm just going to skip that for right now. Uh, uh, so you take your stage bonus plus the turn that it would normally last. So it lasts basically until you would rest for the night, whatever. So for you guys, it would give you 3 temporary wound boxes, basically.
Okay, it's useful. And were
And
those also 800?
that is also 800, yeah.
Okay.
And he'll just put those out on the front there, because like, this is what I got right now. If you maybe find me another place, I might have some more stuff. Or if you see me in your brigade HQ, I usually have lots to stock to sell.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
I'm not sure if I personally need any of these, and I'm a little light on cash at the moment, but I will keep an eye out for you.
No worries. Like I said, I just figured I'd set up shop. I'm not expecting anyone to buy anything here. Not really much use for any of the stuff that I sell here.
All right. Well, could we go see about getting our gear?
So, do what you need to, man. I'm just here to let you guys control the
I
story.
was saying that to the other two, and then they were suspiciously silent.
Yes.
All right. Well, on
yeah.
that note, I'm going to go out to talk to the guards about getting our gear.
Yeah, yeah, we can get our stuff.
Yeah.
You guys were just really considering one of the plugins.
Yeah. As you guys go to leave, is like,
I was actually.
as you guys go to leave, is like, I see you around.
Yeah. Have a good one.
See ya.
Yeah, he'll be at the base again.
Yeah.
Right.
He
'Cause
he
said
was
that
there last-
he
We'll
said
let
that
you see
usually
him.
while he's at the base, he has more in stock.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't there last time though.
Yeah, he was. It was the same Digimon that you talked to before you left to go here.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll get you next time then.
Yeah, as all 3 of you leave, though, can you just roll me your perception, whatever that may be?
I'm gonna guess it's 3d6 plus 5. Yep, sure is.
Okay.
Does he mysteriously disappear and/or turn into some form of Moogle? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not like you have a habit or anything.
That's fine.
Yeah, so what are these guys still here chatting with the Mammothmon by the time that we come up front? And if so, what
Yeah,
are they
they're
talking
actually
about?
the Mammothmon will finish speaking while I'm waiting for Kaz to roll me 3d6 there. Yeah, okay.
One is +2, right?
Shadow, as you are leaving, you can hear him mumble something. But the only word that you'll make out is the word players, and that's it.
Ah.
But yeah, as you guys go out to the exit, you see those 3, which now that you are closer, you recognize they were at the rowdy bunch at the brigade bar and inn.
Okay, that's why it was semi-familiar.
And given to the Nanamon is a sack of what looks like tools and stuff. The 3 of them look at you, kind of like salute you a little bit, and they head off to the southwest.
All right. Is that roughly the direction that we came from, where we saw ice and
No, you
stuff?
came from directly south.
Okay, fair enough. Well, then I would say we should go back that direction when we get our stuff. All right. I'll come outside and I'll just turn to the Mammothmon and be like, "Hello, we're also supposed to help with some of the ice removal. If we were told that you have some sort of tools that we can use for that."
Yep, this Mammothmon will turn around, grab something with his trunk, and give you a medium sized bag for one of you to hold on, and it's a little bit heavy, but not enough that it'll be it's a pain in the ass.
I'll stick it in my cargo.
You will not be able to stick it in your cargo hold.
No,
The anus of holding has failed us. No.
I can't believe this.
Mostly because one of the it has two specific. Actually, it'll have three specific things with it, and it looks like they're like kind of like not sleds, I guess, kind of, but like they're like flat sleds, not like you know
Oh,
pulled
gotcha.
by like husky sleds, not those kind of
Yeah,
sleds.
like so that we could essentially stack like ice that we chop down on them and haul them back or something.
You think at least one of these? So you think that these sleds, one of them each could hold a rather large icicle that could hold either two medium-sized ones or a bunch of smaller ones.
Okay.
The mammoth one would be like, gather, do what you have to. At the very least, remove the ones from the road. But if you can bring back extra icicles and stuff, I'm pretty sure you were. Where did you guys end up going to sleep for the night?
We slept in Sorcerymon's place.
Then he probably told you a little bit more about what we use the icicles for and stuff then.
Yeah, he said there's a lot of different uses and they can help with like building stuff and all sorts of things. So kind of
Depending
even
on
though
what
it's a little bit disruptive that it has covered the road, it's ultimately kind of a useful thing.
the biggest thing is to get rid of the ones on the road. But if nearby, if you have the time to bring other ones with you, we will reward you more with more money and other items.
Sounds good.
Dep-
Thank you.
Now, this is a final chance of asking him anything else that you would like to know. Otherwise, we will cut straight to the world map.
Is there like an amount of time that like
He will
like
say, "Do not freeze out there."
okay, that's helpful.
Looking up,
Actually,
he
yeah.
kind of like looks up to the sky, the darkened sky.
Is that of a particular risk today?
The weather is very strange. Uh, More recently than it normally is. It's been snowing and blizzarding a lot more than it normally has. Temperature wise, it's about the same, but the snow and blizzards aren't really helping with people
Are there
traveling
any
here.
precautions that we should be taking since this isn't a, native terrain for us?
I would not recommend leaving the path. That's about it.
Okay, sounds good.
Do you have a rough idea of when it could be blizzarding? Is there a pattern to this, or is it just whenever?
The mammoth mom looks to the other one. They both look up. With the way that the weather's been, we can't be certain. I rolled all ones for that, by the way.
Oh,
Fantastic.
oh well, thank you anyway.
All right, well, then I suppose we should head out.
Alrighty. Let's I'll put you to the map to whereabouts you're gonna end up. Abouts where I think it was either it's probably about like there ish.
Okay.
So like all like four ish miles outside of the city. Maybe like four and a half miles outside the city, and I will
And
bring.
so other than like sleds to bring stuff back with, what kind of equipment did they give us?
Well, it's not going to be helpful for one of you because they don't have uh, opposable fingers or anything. Kaz, that's referring to you. Uh,
Yeah.
but they've given you like saws and like ice pickaxes. Uh, Things that will help you like either just kind of chip away at the ice to save some of them,
Mm-hmm.
which I will now go into some things that I'll let you know. So, first of all, when you're using these tools, if you can use these tools, I'll say you'll get a small bonus, which it's predetermined, which so I'll let you know if it does help or it doesn't help. Uh, and you can attack the icicles. Each of them have different like armor values and stuff. Just note that unlike how you be attacking other Digimon and stuff, the icicles can take no damage.
Okay.
But probably destroying them and attacking them is not going to be a good idea. And I won't say why until you decide if you do
I
that or
mean, it would
not.
probably render them pretty hard to use. So, like, what I'm thinking is maybe makes sense is like
But I
if
will bring
me
you.
and Duck both like try and cut stuff down, and then Kaz like gathers and hauls it or something like that. Maybe that's a way
Uh,
that it makes
I'm not
sense.
gonna be worried about like gathering and stuff. This is just as how much you can salvage first,
Wait,
and
what happened to
then
my health?
you haven't fixed your thing at all since last time.
No.
So I will bring you all just to here. So, uh, this is what I'm gonna do. First of all, I'm gonna do this, and
Oh,
for myself, I'm going to uh, do this
and possibly see what's about to happen
for
here.
no particular reason. Everyone roll initiative.
Very okay.
Hmm.
Three, 6 plus. Oh, so at the bare minimum, they wanted us to clear out the path, which I'm assuming is in between the white lines here.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be my guess. So probably start with this real big one
Yeah.
right in front
As
of
you
us.
come in, obviously they said anyone's that's involved in having problems on the path, which the path itself that's closer to the town, this path here, isn't made of ice. It's covered with snow. Everything else is made of ice. So like they use packed snow to make a path, basically.
There.
Obviously, where these giant ice things are poking into the path, there is no longer any snow there. So, just looking at things normally, these four ones here for sure have to be removed.
And anything extra as well. Extra.
Well, then I'd say we should focus on that, especially if it looks like it's going to get bad and stormy. Then, if it's not safe to do more than that, we shouldn't push it. But if if that absolutely has to be done to help them out, then we should do that first, I would say.
Speaking of which, with the time we spent traveling here, how's the weather looking?
Um, It's about the same right now.
Okay.
It hasn't started snowing or anything. The wind hasn't picked up. It's about the same. But with the way the clouds are looking, like they said, it could happen at any moment. Also, you're in the digital world. The the weather could change at any point, and you wouldn't even have the time to react to it.
Yeah.
That's just a constant, regardless of where you go.
Okay.
So,
All right, well,
with that being
better get started then.
said, Kaz, you're technically up first, but you can wait for. If you guys want to just uh, figure out what you guys want to do first, I'll let you do that. But Kaz, if you want to wait till they do things first before you do things, you're free to do that as well.
Okay. We're going to chop down that big one in front of us, right?
You anything
Jesus.
that's on this like snow path here is what you want to get rid of for sure.
Oh.
So
Okay.
so these three medium-sized ones and this large one that's here.
Okay. Uh yeah, I guess I'll go up to this one that's in front of us.
Okay.
And
Well,
what
you
do
guys want to do you guys want to here's my question. Like I said, these things, if you attack them and break them, you probably won't get as much as you would for them. So it's up to you guys what you guys want to decide you want to do, if you want to take the big one back with you or not, because you can at the very least take the two big ones back with you, but then you'll be using up most of your sleds to do that. And all of you guys are large size, so it's not really a big issue to pull them back with you.
Right. Maybe, okay, so in that case, maybe what we do is Kaz, you attack like the medium ones so that it's less of a big deal if they get broken, and then Duck and I can try to cut down the big ones and make sure they stay intact. I feel like that's what he's trying to tell us to do.
I'm just trying to give you things that you know. That's all I'm gonna do. What you do from with that information is up to you.
I'd agree with that angle. Seems like it'd be wiser. Are you going to go for that one, Kaz?
Yeah,
Might as well start breaking them.
Go ahead.
I'll use my tool and just break
But
some.
you don't have any tools because they not meant for you.
Oh,
Yeah, you just have to try and
well,
attack it. That's what he was
right.
saying about like you. So like Duck and I can use the tools so we can harvest the icicles safely, but since you have to attack them, you have a risk of breaking it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll attack it.
Yep. And you can attack it as many times as you normally could. So you only moved one space. So, well, actually, just moving it all. So yeah, right now you'd only be able to do one attack. Uh, well, the good news is that these things can't dodge you.
Yeah.
So basically, how I'm working this is that the attack is basically how much extra damage you would get off of them, but you rolled 0, which is nothing extra. So as you go to take your claw and kind of like slash at the ice, this is a medium-sized one. You slash at it, Kaz, and it doesn't look like it's taken any damage.
Okay.
I'm assuming the thickness would have something to do with its armor.
Actually, you know what? I'll say this. I'll say you left a very small chip in it. I'll let you figure out what that means. So, hold on, let me just make it so that it's round one. Oh, does it not? Oh, okay, hold on. I have to fix this. There we go. All right, Shadow.
Seeing as we've already kind of decided what we're going to do, would there be a way for us both to act on the same round, or would that just screw the turn order?
It's just because I want you to roll your checks separately. Is what I just wanted to worry about. So for this, it's up to you what you want to do for it. If you want to just roll, uh, I, actually, in this case, yeah, I think I have it written down as that, right? Yes. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna have to roll either because, uh, it'll be slightly harder. I don't think it matters for you, but as a will for law, it'll be a little harder. But you can use a survival instead of a feats of strength, which is what you're going to want to use, basically to use your saw or pickaxe to get as much of the icicle out as you can. If you have another way that you think you can do it better, and just let me know. But that's what you can use.
Right. What would the feat of strength? Because I'm still fairly new to the system, so what would
Yeah,
the feat of
it's
strength
all
apply?
unless you have a bonus like Law does when he took an improved stat. It's just going to be 3d6 plus 2.
Okay.
All
And we
right.
have.
I think I'd like to apply my charisma skill and attempt to persuade the icicles into cutting themselves down. Will that work?
No, unfortunately, it will not because these icicles are not living beings.
Damn
Can you melt faster?
Uh,
it.
you begin. What do you just for uh not what I can't even brain stop. Why? Uh, what are you using to uh get cut through the icicle?
Okay, so here was a question that I had, which was
Mm-hmm.
like the saws that they gave us. Are they like the big lumber saws where it would be one of those like we could kind of team grab it and
No,
like he has one and I have one?
it's like a like an ice cutting saw. So it's
I
like a
was pondering a
one
similar thing.
handed. You use it in one hand to basically like cut it back and forth with just one person. They didn't really have anything that you could both do it at the same time.
Did you say
Okay, but
they
they've
did have
got like
ice? Oh,
okay.
I was just going to ask if did they say they had ice picks or was it like a chisel or something like that?
It's like big, like a big like ice pick. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll use the ice pick and then just start like picking away at the side.
Yep.
Can
As
can I
you
use
go
my
as you go to
defense as well?
hit it with your the ice pick, it does chip away at it a little bit.
Okay.
It's definitely for these big ones. It's definitely gonna take quite a bit. And then law.
Okay, so it's a survival you said?
If you want to do that, because I know you have better than that. It'll be a little
Well,
bit harder, but you have a bigger bonus than that than everybody else does.
okay. That's fine with me. I would probably work on the same one that he's working on, and maybe, I guess what I'm thinking is if our saws are relatively small, but we've got like picks or something like that that we can kind of take chunks out, maybe basically try and do the thing kind of like with trees where you remove a whole like ring around it to weaken it up and then try and make it fall on one side.
That's a good
Okay.
idea.
Then
So
in that case,
trying to
which
basically
way do
like
you want it to
go
fall? Is
around it.
my question.
Um, I mean, I imagine it's going to take quite a bit of chipping on it to get it to fall. So figure that out in a minute.
All right, cool. Then go ahead and
I,
do
I,
your.
I have.
My God, I'm rolling terrible today, even with my
Yep.
bonuses.
Uh, Law, you do not do as well as Shadow does. You do about like only a third of what he did, which is not a whole lot. You made like a couple dents in it.
What I will say, by the way, for when we get it down to the last one, I actually have a knockback skill, which is a melee, so I won't get my benefits to accuracy and damage.
Do what you need to. Just don't have it come crashing on yourselves. Is all I'm saying. Kaz.
I'm just thinking I could probably control the like momentum shift and be able to
Yeah, like when we're ready to knock it down, you hit it with that to send it like pushing in one direction. That
Yep.
makes sense to me.
Kaz.
Okay.
Now you can attack 2 times.
Okay.
Or no, wait. Did I? No, you can attack 3 times because I've given you 3 simple actions because of how I'm doing this. Because I keep forgetting about that.
Okay, what if
Okay.
you do fire and then slash it? Maybe that's why it didn't do much before.
Oh,
Um.
But I'm purely guessing here. Like
yeah.
I don't
Okay.
even know. Like they didn't seem like they reacted much to fire
Is that
last
how
time,
much
so I could be
damage?
very off base.
Do not do more. Oh, the maximum you can do is 8. Interesting. Very, very interesting. However, you do actually make some progress in this icicle. Not a whole lot, but it's gonna be very slow if you keep doing it like that. Uh, I believe that's what their armor was for the medium sized one, right? I didn't read that wrong. Yep, nope, I did not. Same thing. You make a little bit more progress.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a thing for myself.
Use three of my attacks.
Unfortunately, you breathe fire on it. It melts a little bit. You use that to slash into it, and it does cut it through it. And then you go to kick it, and the kick doesn't really do anything.
Okay.
Just remember, Kaz, you can switch to an offensive stance, and that'll make you do more damage.
Okay.
It's just that your accuracy goes down, but like you're attacking a unmovable object that doesn't have any dodge.
Okay.
Just give me a second. I'm gonna get a notepad out so I can track some things. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're the one that's is 5. 4, 5. So those are medium, right? How many did I have for each of them? 2. Yeah, there is 5 of them. Okay. Mediums, smalls, 1, 2, and then the large ones, 1, which I'll say is the one that you guys have been hitting, and then 2, the one that you guys aren't attacking. So you've done that much damage to it. That's 5. And we'll say you guys have done. We'll say you did relatively well, so I'll say that, and we'll say that. Okay, right. Shadow.
I'm gonna continue chipping away there.
All right. You do a little bit better this time, so you cut in a little bit more than you would have the last time.
Okay.
It is still very, very thick and has lots of ice on it, though.
Can we make multiple survival
I will.
checks? And
I will say because you can do it twice. We'll say with your skills.
Okay.
Yeah, not a whole lot with that one.
Yeah.
okay.
Down one
Well,
second.
I'll keep chipping away on my side.
1 sec.
Oh,
Wait
that's a
1
little
second.
better.
Hold on.
Oh,
There
okay.
I'm doing math. You're using survival, right?
Me, yeah.
All right. So what I will say, because I didn't really think about this too well, I just figured I have what would happen when you're using the tools and stuff. Because you're using survival, specifically, you're doing more damage to it. It's just harder to be able to hit it
Okay,
in the right way.
fair enough.
So let me just do some math here. If I'm going to make that, so that would have been 3, that would have been 4.
Also, dumb question. We didn't get any like a length of rope or anything that we could use, did we?
There is rope in it, but that's mostly just to pull the sleds and stuff.
Yeah, it's not
It
like
the
an extra like long coil of rope. Because I was thinking about it, and like one method that does work for ice things like this is you can wrap like a rope or a cable or something around it and like pull it, and it'll work like a saw because the ice is soft enough
mm,
against
uh,
the friction.
just
But I
make
don't think we have enough rope for that.
if you're thinking of this because your guy's the smarter of the group. Just roll me a survival check with not involving using the pickaxes as you're chopping into this.
Okay.
You'll know that the rope that they gave you was definitely just meant for just hauling it back with you.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
And as you're picking into this, you think you would definitely need some kind of steel cable to cut through this with. That any normal rope
Yeah.
won't do anything.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, that might be something to acquire later as a utility item to have around. Because that would be handy in other situations too, I'm sure. Especially considering we have a goddamn blimp. Like we could have him fly and like tie it to somewhere, and then we'd be able to go across.
4, 5. So that'd be 9, and then that would do only 2. So that would be that. Then you're 18. We'll say. So if that does 5, we'll say your base with that. We'll say that does that much then. So that your minimum can be lower. If I'm doing math correctly in my head, that should be correct. How much do the large ones? How much did I give the large ones? Yeah. Okay, no, I'm gonna fix that then, because that's going. We'll say. Actually, we'll say it at that point. Okay. It's at. Nah, not quite. Not quite. That was that. So now give me your last check to chip in this one, Law.
Not very good.
For feet, we'll say it's 13.
This is not terrible. But it is slightly above average.
Every other one is an extra point of damage. Okay. So, and then you're using that, and I said it would be harder, so that would mean that. Sorry, I'm trying to do math in my head here.
I know. No, I very much know the experience.
So that would be.
Like, okay, there's like 3 different things that I've made up that all apply to this situation, and I have to figure out how they all come together. Like, believe me, I understand.
So that's so if I do, I'll say you do. Yes, so then that would be at about that. All right, so it's at this point you have made uh, it halfway through this large icicle.
Okay, so if we've made it like halfway through, then if we can chip it some more, then you might be able to send it flying in a direction with your knockback thing and like break it off what's left.
Yeah, hopefully.
So that was 2 turns of both of us to get it halfway. So if we both do one more turn, then maybe it'll be weak enough to try.
Give it a shot, I suppose.
Just give me 1 second. Oops. Just gonna write this down so I don't have to keep thinking about it. Two. So on after that. Oh no, wait, that's for this one. That's the one I want it for. So while I'm doing this, give me 1 second to make sure nothing happens at this point.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, which direction do we want to send this in?
Nope. Right.
I mean, definitely away from us, but if we send it that way, then like if we send it down the path, I feel like there's a chance it could hit the thing.
That's what
So
I'm
I
thinking.
was thinking maybe over like here.
Yeah, would the areas that we're cutting into will be suitable for that, though?
Well, so I was thinking maybe for this round, if we come to this side and cut it through here or something, and then and then you like slam it that direction.
That makes more sense.
One second. Kaz, you can go ahead and make your attacks.
Okay. Yeah, that's why there's a choose modifier on my slash claw attack.
Yeah.
So I went offensive.
Yes, if you want to do.
And just got 1.
Is that not rolling damage correctly? Because you seem to have rolled 7 every single time, so I feel like something's going on there. Why that's not right.
Yeah, 7 plus 0.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm just gonna switch you on your character sheet to offensive and see if anything changes. Doesn't look like anything changed.
Yeah, it's not rolling any dice, it looks like. It's just rolling a number.
Yeah, which I think it's supposed to, but it's not adding in the offensive bonus when it should. Oh, is offensive just accuracy? I thought it was also damage.
Do not remember the details of the stances very well.
Hold on, let me just reopen. It might not make any difference. So, also, if this, it's definitely wrong because you should be doing 8 damage, not 7, according to your character sheet on the thing. We'll just look up stance real quick in the Sniper stance. Shut up, phone. Offensive. Here we go. Okay, yeah, so the stances just change accuracy. Offensive stats gives you more accuracy, so technically you would be doing more damage, in quotes. But, like, damage-wise, nothing's is based off of... There's no dice for it, so that's fine. But you should be doing 8 and not 7 damage. I don't know why it's saying you're only doing 7. Oh, because I haven't. You have to physically change it in the thing. That's why. Which I didn't do.
Okay.
So make sure for you guys, you know that in the under the attributes abilities, if your damage is higher than 7 for an attack, make sure you change it.
Okay.
So in actuality, Kaz, you've been slightly chipping away at this a little bit more than you have been.
Okay.
I'm not getting anything to actually change the damage values.
5. That should be 5 more. Okay. Yeah, your thing should be correct.
Yeah, my damage is 3. I don't do a lot of damage. But I just need to learn to hit so that I get the effect off.
Yeah, so Kaz, you actually have been chipping away at this more than it actually looked like, just because I was doing it wrong.
Okay.
Give me one. So feel free to do your other attacks while I'm doing math.
Okay.
That seems good. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Excellent. So in total, that's going to be... Why does that still say 7? Oh no, that was the last... That was the one before I fixed it. Right. So that's 2, so that's 11, and then that's 3 extra, so that's... Or 2 extra, rather. 14. Okay, what's the... Alright, you, Kaz, have gotten halfway through this medium-sized icicle. And it is starting to... Because you've been doing nothing but attacking it, it is kind of starting to crack and break apart.
Okay.
Alright, Shadow. Now that I have this actually correct, and I've done math correctly, nothing has changed. It's just that I know for myself. Ooh, okay. You're using feats of strength, right? Yes. So you do chip away at it a little bit. Still standing pretty well.
And I get 2, yeah.
Yeah, get 2.
Oh, say it again.
All right. Unlike Kaz's, you guys have been chipping away at it, so nothing's really cracking at all. So, Law.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna go to the opposite side, sort of here, like I said, and go ahead and take a couple attempts. Oh, that does nothing, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That might be better.
You go to hit it, or what are you using, Law?
Basically like the whatever, like the ice axes or picks or whatever it was that we had.
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to take chunks out of it and make like a ring around.
Your
Essentially, is what
your
we're doing here.
first your first attempt is you seem to hit like a really hard part, and then it doesn't do anything, and then you move to a different spot and you do uh, a significant amount and actually cut quite a bit off.
All right, sounds good.
Uh, it is looking like it is teetering right now.
All right, then I'm gonna back up a little bit as well, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll let let the blip see if he can knock it out somewhere
Kaz, it is
safe.
your turn.
Also, what does the
Okay.
weather look like now that we've been out? Like, I guess how long is one of these rounds been?
Each of the rounds itself, because you're having to take time to just make sure nothing's broken or make sure you don't completely destroy
Yeah, they're
stuff.
like longer than combat rounds,
Yeah, it's longer
presumably.
than combat. I'd probably say maybe like triple or quadruple the time a normal combat round would be.
Okay, so it's not like a ton of time is passing so far. Okay, that's good
Well,
then.
actually, the way let me read this. I'd say you guys have been on your particular icicles for about 2-ish minutes
Oh, okay. That's
All
not
right.
too bad at all
because
then.
you're
I was
having
worried
to
it would
take
take me a lot
time
longer than that.
to the reason I'm saying it like that is you guys are having to take time to carefully make sure you're not breaking it, and Kaz is basically bull rushing his way through a giant thing of ice, so it's taking a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Kaz, speaking of, it is your turn.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? God, I'm stupid. But that's okay. I'll worry about it after you guys have done this one. I knew I had a thing for it, but that's okay. Uh, dun, dun, dun. Where did I have that written down? Okay, 1 second there, Kaz. I need to read something I had in here, and I'm just dumb and I just can't see it. All right, I'll have
Okay,
this.
man.
This one I'm going to. I'll worry about it for this one only, but I'll have to worry. Read my own notes that I have and actually read it correctly. Uh, the thing that Kaz has been doing is fine. It's you guys that I've been doing wrong.
Okay.
Oh.
1 second. Let me make sure that doesn't destroy it just yet. There, Kaz.
Okay.
So that's one extra. So that's that, and then that's that. Okay, keep going. You,
Okay.
it's close, but it's not quite gone yet. Kaz, you get one more attack there, my friend.
And it's the fire, which is the one that's least likely to
Uh,
Oh.
that
Oh,
not
I
that.
did.
I mean, it doesn't matter. All your stuff is the same. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Mostly. Did
Oh,
you
I
roll?
I did slash claw already.
Yeah, you did. You also didn't roll it in there, but that's okay. Whatever. That's enough that uh you
And
slash it, you kick it, and then the force of your fire breath pushes it over, and it breaks into many pieces. And so what happens to that one is that it turns into. Do I have how many? Did I have it say it turns into? It turns into. It basically you could get enough that it would equal getting one of these smaller icicles without breaking it.
okay. That's good.
okay.
So like, there's pieces for it all over the place, but they're good enough that you could use it as if you had one of the smaller icicles. I mean, I say smaller. There's even the small ones are still relatively big. But I will continue on with you two now. So that one here, let me remove it because that one's technically is now gone. I believe that's on the map there, right? Yeah. So that one is gone. So Shadow.
Okay. I'm going to shift to here, and then I'm going to fly up above where we've been cutting it, do a defensive blast on the on like the upper section, just with somewhere with thicker ice, attempting to push it in this way.
Okay.
I will get the select, hit there, and try.
Okay. So that is all right. Please roll me a D100. Okay.
All right.
You do it so carefully that when it falls over, when it lands onto the ice, it does not shatter into smaller pieces.
We did
So,
it.
so you do now you have a large icicle that is still intact.
Awesome. All
All right.
right, and so
Now we can do this the
more
proper way that I actually had doing this. So how I'm doing it now, because I can't read my own notes, is that you have to do a number of successes. So ignore the plus bonus to it. It's basically just fives or sixes what you need to successfully do it.
Okay.
You still have to use the tools, otherwise you will break it, though.
Okay, sounds good.
But yeah, that large one is down. So, Law, what are you going to go after now that that one is gone? Or ready to be taken back?
I mean, we've got a couple more that are still very much in the path. I would say this one right here is the most in the way. So I feel like I'll come over to like here and start working on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Because if our bare minimum is to get rid of the big one and the mediums, then like I imagine I can probably get a medium. Each of them gets a medium, and then if the weather's still not terrible, maybe we can try and get one more.
Okay. Since you are using tools, you can roll 4d6 instead of 3d6.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, you do
Well,
not
I don't
make
think
any.
it made a big difference. I guess
You do
depends on
not
if the
make any
first die or the
headway into
last die
this.
was the extra one.
You do not make any headway into this icicle.
All right.
We weren't using bonuses either.
Yeah, no bonuses, just d6s.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I have it based on successes, which I literally have at the end of a paragraph, and I just didn't read it.
All right.
Mm-hmm. That being said, Kaz, it is now your turn. What do you want to do? Nothing has changed in the weather so far.
Oh, you got that big one in the center taken down.
Yeah, it's like sitting like over here right now.
Okay. I guess I can go over to this one
All right.
and start attacking
You
it.
can make 2 attacks.
Okay. I'll go to offensive.
All right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And you rolled Ooh, okay. So that's that much. All right, you make a headway into it, breathing fire in it. It melts a little bit, and cutting into the melted part cuts through it a little bit easier. So that puts that to that one. Still gonna need a little bit to get through it though. Shadow.
All right, I'm going to shift to the final one over here. Start working on this.
Ooh. You make a lot of headway into that one.
Wow.
Is it still only one here, or are we able to do two in a turn, or?
You can do, yeah, you can still do technically one. So basically, what I'm saying is that you can make 2 skill checks and then a move if you wish to.
Right. So I can do 2 skill checks, yeah.
Yep.
Not as good.
2, 4. So that's 5 successes into that one, which is, I'll just make that the. Okay. I might have you guys change it so that it is actually only, well, whatever. I'm gonna go stick with what I have. So why is, oh, that's why. And that was the one that you, so that's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Okay, then Law. You get 3 successes into that one.
All right, I'll take it.
How many did you... So, for reference, with what I have written down... Oh, nope, not quite yet. All right. Let me just check to make sure when this happens. I'm pretty sure it's... I'm basically going to say that each of these rounds is a minute long.
Okay.
Because otherwise the weather changing wouldn't make any sense. There is a slight, as you guys are beating away at these icicles and tripping them down. It is at this point, the 6th minute of you guys doing this, that the weather starts to feel a little colder, and there is a slight breeze starting to happen.
That seems like the weather might get bad quickly. We should try and hurry in that case.
Kaz.
Okay. Did I ship this iceberg
A little
already?
bit, yeah. A little bit.
And is the weather making it freeze up back up again?
I mean, it was doing that anyways because it's still cold out. The temperature hasn't changed.
Okay. Oh, I thought it would speed it freezing back up. But I'll keep attacking it.
There we go. I just had to fix my... There we go. I just had to fix my filter. Oh my god.
That's a really good hit.
Ooh.
1 second. I need to see how much damage that's gonna do. So that's 1, because that's a medium one, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you put you raise up your foot and you kick it and you make a slight indent in the shape of your foot into it.
Okay.
Years from now, Digi-archaeologists will be studying this as evidence that Tyrannomon once walked through these icebergs.
A frozen dinosaur footprint in the Icelands.
All right.
This is clear evidence of their migratory patterns.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, that second hit, it's starting to crack and break again.
Maybe like we did before, maybe go to the other side and chip it away from the other side now, and see if that'll break it in a larger chunk or something.
Hey, I passed through the iceberg.
You cannot pass through the iceberg.
Well,
Well, that
he
You can go
slashed around the side of it, right?
that.
Like,
Yes, no, you can't pass directly through it.
But the ability says it passes through
yeah, he
enemies.
passes
Yeah,
around the
the
side. It's
iceberg is not
fine.
really considered an enemy; it's considered an object.
You're not an enemy.
well, why are we attacking it then?
That is. All right. You know what, Kaz? Since you did that and you hit it towards where the snow is packed, roll me a D100.
Okay.
Unfortunately, with how much you hit it with, how much damage you've done with it, your fire breath hits it, and then it kind of like starts cracking and breaking. It doesn't fall over; it just kind of shatters where it is and
Huh? Hey,
falls
still
around
out
that
of it.
Okay.
spot. But once again, you have now have enough for a smaller icicle.
All right, that's great.
Okay.
We're making progress. We've almost got at least the path cleared.
Right, Shadow.
Well, I'm gonna move sides. I'll move to this side, and I'll work here.
Unfortunately, you make no headway into it.
Oh, try to. Oh no.
Oh wow.
Something
Curse is coming
something
back.
about this side of the icicle is just really strong for some reason.
Darn.
Okay, there's another 3. I'm making progress.
Yep. You are able to chip away at it a little bit. Then Kaz, it is your turn. It is nothing dramatic has changed in the weather yet. It is still about the same as it was a minute ago.
I'll move down to this other iceberg,
All right.
and then I'll switch it up. I'll breathe fire first. Oh.
It melts very slowly.
But
Okay.
I soften it up for the other hits.
And I know your thing burns, but it cannot be burned.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to start a fire on an icicle. Yeah, I
Yes,
think that one's
absolutely.
kind of common sense. If
Now,
he had thermite breath, maybe, but if he had thermite breath, I think we'd have a lot fewer things to worry about as well.
we just need to throw some oil on it. It'll be fine.
It gets chipped a little bit there, Kaz.
Okay.
You had to move there, so that's all you can do for this turn.
Yeah.
So I have too many things open to be able to see where I put the turn order. There you go, Shadow.
Okay, let's try this again.
You make a small chip in it.
Oh, that's better. That's better.
And,
Oh, that's a lot better.
it's getting really close to falling over at this point.
Let's see if we can take the
You
same
think
procedure again.
one more good hit into it, and it'll fall over.
Alright.
Alright. Okay, not bad.
Mm-hmm.
How's this one looking?
It's pretty close.
I'm gonna... I do want to try and aim it that direction so that it doesn't do anything. And then what was the feats of strength, right? I'm gonna do kind of like when he knocked the big one off and like sent it sliding. Like I'm kind of trying to aim this onto the snow, so hopefully it'll land kind of soft.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm basically gonna like back up a couple steps and then like try and push it off.
Okay, so you're not gonna use the pickaxe to make it follow. You're just gonna push it over.
Um, I was thinking essentially doing kind of the same thing that Duck did when he like
Okay,
slammed into it and
so
sent
this
it flying.
time
Like I'm
because
hoping it's weak enough for that.
you're not using the thing, now add your bonus to this. But it'll only be 3d6 because that's what you're rolling because you're not using the
Yeah.
the thing.
And then it would just be my would this be a feats of strength? Like would I be adding in
Yeah,
my
because
bonus?
there's no way you can do survival with that when you're just
Okay.
trying to push it over. All right,
Oh wow.
you successfully push it over. I'll make it that now. So roll me a d100 as you push it over.
Okay.
Oh,
You push it over a little bit too hard, and it breaks into to be smaller pieces instead. You
I
literally had to roll above a 5.
I think so based on the direction my character's facing, I think what actually happened is I back kicked it with my like back horse feet, and that was maybe a little excessive. But it's out of the way now.
So for that one, you're only gonna get small pieces.
You mule kicked it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
1 second. I'm gonna move that. Oop. Oop. Did I move that? I just moved that to the token layer. My bad. I meant to do that to the GM layer. Okay, I'm gonna move what you have for what. So those ones have been destroyed. That one's been recovered. Okay. Let's see. I believe, is it this turn? Nope. Nothing's changed yet. So, Kaz.
Okay. I'll attack this one.
All right. It melts a little bit.
Okay.
It's that one gets broken a bit more. Still good though. Still hardy.
Okay, I'll go to the other side.
Okay. Hey, well, yeah, you can do that with pass. That's fine. That's technically not an action. It's just a part of the attack. So I don't think adding stuff like that adds anything, does it?
What do you mean? Like adds like difficulty or anything? No.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Oh, I couldn't. I
yeah,
couldn't attack. I forgot.
you can, but your Dino. I have to fix that because your Dino Kick does not have pass.
Oh,
Because that was before
I
I
thought it
changed.
does.
No, on your sheet it doesn't have it because you didn't have enough points to give it. Because you have to give each time you want to add an effect to something, you have to spend points to do it. And you had to fix it so that you had enough for it, so you had to take the pass off that. The claw has the pass through it.
Well,
The Dino Kick is
no.
the
What? Don't I have 2 passes?
the pass 2 is just that you can pass up to 2, so you can move 2 basically.
It lets you
Oh,
go 2 squares past them. It's not 2 instances of having the ability.
okay.
Yeah, so you would end up actually you would using your pass, and I can't select you. Why can't I select you? You would actually only be like there. Or no,
Okay.
you'd be like there.
Okay.
But it's not destroyed with that attack, so you're still fine if you want to move it to somewhere specific to fall over. Uh, then Shadows, your turn.
Okay, this time I'm going to shift to the bottom here, even though I can't really can't really take it off the map. And I'm going to push it in a straight line. Now I can't get this off. Oh, no.
Okay.
Right, and now we use Defensive Blast.
How many sixes? That's two, so that is enough. Um, I need you to roll me a D100 because again, you're attacking it. You're not using the tools to knock it over.
Yeah. Oh no!
Because you've mostly picked away at this, that is good enough. Well, actually, if I'm going the other, no, it would be yeah, it would have been that. So yeah, no, that is good enough that you successfully have a medium-sized icicle.
Okay. All right, that's good.
No,
So that has the path cleared out along with a couple extras. I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna help out Kaz with this one that he's been on.
Okay, 1 second. Why can't I select that? Is that on? That's not on the token layer, is it? No, it's not on the layer.
A lot of times it's because if the map is beyond a certain size, Roll20 stops letting you manually select things, like background elements and stuff. I run into it a lot on when I make maps for other games. It's probably my single biggest frustration.
Yeah, because I can't select that. I can't
Yeah, you
select
have to
that
do like a
icicle.
click and drag to try and grab it, but there's also a good chance it's going to end up trying to grab like your terrain that you like the lines you drew for the road and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
horrible.
yeah. Okay, just that one's not there. I can't grab that one for some reason.
Yep,
Okay, okay.
100%.
Uh,
Um,
okay, what are you going to do there, La? As you go by these smaller ones, La, you'll know that if you attack these and you destroy them regularly, you won't get anything from them.
yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I'm gonna try and use the tools and help Kaz with the one that he's working on since this is a decently sized one, and if we can get that intact, then we'll have 3 intact medium ones or 2 intact medium ones, plus a big one,
It
plus
is
some
pretty beat up
chunks.
right now. You think if Kaz beats it up anymore, it'll probably be destroyed.
Okay, well, I'm gonna see if I can use tools to salvage it then.
Okay. Okay.
That's 2.
Uh, that is not quite enough to successfully acquire this icicle.
Okay.
It is teetering, but it is still up. All
Okay,
right.
well, you might be able to just sort of push it off now, like we did with the others, because you're certainly stronger than I am, Kaz. So I'll take a step back so I'm out of your way.
So
Okay.
on the 9th minute, uh, duh, 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 uh, it's not snowing, it's not blizzarding, but
It's a firestorm.
you feel something inside of you
That's
just
my element.
feel weird. You don't know exactly what it is though. I
Huh.
will let the smart person make a check for that. If there's a specifically like a medical check or something, but I don't think there is.
I don't really know if there is specifically, because if there
Uh,
were, I would take it because that's my guy's thing.
yeah. So here's what I'll do. I'll put this in under survival. Oh, and I'll give you a +1 in addition to what you already have.
Okay.
So you'll have +6.
All right, do that.
Um,
18.
the only thing I can really give you, Law, that your character would know is that you have been out in relatively cold weather and you don't really have anything to keep you guys warm.
Yeah,
That's
we
all I can
should
give
we
you.
should probably wrap it up after this one and head back because
All right.
we've been out here. We have only been doing this for a few minutes, but we've been out in this weather for quite a while, and it certainly seems to be getting worse.
I will say, Kaz, before you take your turn, can you just roll me 3d6?
Okay.
And then depending on what happens. Okay. Nothing out of the ordinary happens.
16.
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. So yeah, it is your turn.
Okay. Okay. I will.
Are you going to attack this, or are you just going to attempt to push it over?
Oh, is it?
He
It's
said it's
Is
about
it?
teetering, so you can probably use
yeah.
feats of strength and try and just push it.
Uh,
And
okay.
this one, there's nowhere really safe to push it either. You're going to be pushing it onto ice.
Okay. Can I push it off the map? Sort of.
Technically,
Yeah, but that'll
off
still
the
be
map
ice.
here, there's just basically more icicles down each way. There's just in the general area where the more annoying ones were.
Okay.
Like we said
I'm,
last week, this looked like it was like this road right here looked like it was like the epicenter of what happened.
no, I want to leave my mark. Throw off the digital paleontologists by
But yeah,
leaving my dinosaur
if
footprints.
so, are you attacking it or are you pushing it?
I'm attacking it.
Okay. Then, unfortunately, even with actually, hold on, what would that put it to? Um, mm, do math in my head. Yes. As you kick it, instead of leaving your footprint in it, you break it into many shards.
Okay.
So that one is now a small one that you can collect.
Well, 3 smalls, a couple mediums, and a big is fine.
Yeah.
Are we planning on collecting them and bringing them back to?
Yeah, we'll bring all of these ones back. I would say we should not. My professional medical opinion is that we are not, built for this kind of weather, and we should probably be heading back to town now rather than trying to harvest these last few. If we can get some rest and the weather isn't too bad, maybe we can come back for them tomorrow or something. But
Oh, okay.
I think if
Yeah,
we stay out here longer than this, we risk getting lost or injured or worse.
We all felt
that
a little bit
makes
cold.
sense. It's getting cold.
All right, Shadow.
I will agree with the rest and see that we should probably wrap it up here then.
All right. So you're gonna have to take a couple turns, still to put them onto your sleds and stuff.
Okay.
So if one of you wants to continue doing things, and then other people can do that, you're gonna have to do that. So
I would just help load sleds.
okay. So to get to picking them up and then putting them down, you probably already had the sleds out ready to go. It's gonna take the smaller pieces aren't gonna be a problem. it's the medium and large ones that's gonna be a problem. You can put the small ones all onto one. You could put a medium one on one and the large one on one. The large one obviously is gonna be hard to pull,
Hmm.
but I
Yeah, I
will
mean,
say
who's got the highest strength or the highest body stat, I guess.
I'd assume it's cats.
I think all of you are the same because that's
Why
the
not?
way it is. Actually, you're technically better than all of them right now, Law.
Wait, how?
Because they don't have any increase to like their bit and RAM and stuff.
Oh, I didn't think that. Oh, okay.
So you're technically better at all of them. So you don't do a lot of damage, but you're better at like better like
Wait, no, the body stat, I have a 4. They both have a 7.
yes, but that's it. It's not changing their
Oh,
stats.
that doesn't affect the. Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean now. I was flipping back and forth between the sheets. I was looking at the stats on the left, not the skills on the right. God, that's weird. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I'm a horse. I'm designed, like,
Mm-hmm.
and animal-wise, horses are the best pack animals.
I
So,
I was going to ask on the basis of increasing the spec values. It says that it's based off of body. Like, sorry, CPU is based off of body divided by 10 plus stage bonus. But I'm like from the PDF. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not entirely sure why we don't have bonuses in these, given that we have extremely high like base stats.
1 second. Let me just take a look. It might be the sheet is not working as intended. That's entirely possible. Let me just look at
I was
Digimon.
mainly looking this up because I did take mobile artillery last time, which gives me a bonus based on my CPU value. So I wanted to find out how to increase my CPU value to make my damage higher based on blast radius. And well,
Uh, were you looking underneath Digimon stuff, or were you looking underneath?
I was looking derived stats and spec values
Yeah.
under Digimon.
Uh, accuracy, damage. Yeah, it's weird. Because technically, Kaz probably, I feel like, should have. It's not adding like a modifier that I feel like that it should be. I'll have to look at. For right now, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll look up this later and let you know why it is or is not doing that. Because I feel like it should be.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of what I was thinking was like, you know, they both have a substantially higher number in the stat that governs those things, so I kind of figured they'd be better at it.
Yeah, because like yours seems to be 6, but you don't have. So that's why that's 2. Yeah, I don't know where you're getting your mods DK. Let me just do a little look see here.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
I'm
browser
opening
is
up
fucking
things.
up.
Don't worry. I'm looking at their how they're doing this. DP instinct.
I was thinking that, but it doesn't seem to be. Health and base movement, equivalent both dodge, health and base movement, that shouldn't be affecting
Oh
CPU.
yeah, so lots of the stuff that because you have that, so that makes sense why you have that. Okay, so just for note, things that change stuff. So speedy, bulky, instinct, mind over matter stuff changes that. Digi armor changes stuff for that. Most of those Digi armor stuff's like probably all for armor and stuff. Obviously, the weapons. There's certain weapons that'll change like your damages and stuff. There's lots of mostly it looks like it's like qualities that change those stats, not really necessarily your stuff as a whole. Like your main stats are for to do better things, not for your skills specifically. I'll look more into it later, but for right now, I'm not gonna worry about that. So here's what I need to know. Uh, I need
Well,
at
I'm
least
I'm a horse, and I apparently have the best stat for it. So let's hitch the large one up behind me.
okay. My thing I was gonna mention is that two people are gonna need to lift it to put it onto the thing. So, um, I'm going to say that two of you easily put the medium. The two of you put the medium one onto one. Whoever wants to take that one. Uh,
I
but
can lift it on.
yeah, well, not lifting it on. It's not the problem anymore. It's who's going to be carrying it.
Like
The
pulling
medium.
the sled, basically.
Yeah. The large one
Okay.
we'll have to worry about. But it is. When do I have this at? Okay. So which of you which two of you three are gonna help try and put this onto the sled, because you're gonna need to do feats of strength for this.
I can help
It's not big enough.
do it.
It's an odd where it's not big enough for three people can help with it, and then it's not. You know what I mean? Like only two people are going to be able to try and put it onto a sled.
Okay.
So who's doing that? So then you guys can roll feats of strength for me.
Is there two people needed to help put it on the sled?
Yes. Actually, you know what? Here's what I'll say. Kaz Shadow, because since he's going to be putting it, pulling it. The two of you roll me feats of strength to put it onto his sled.
Okay. What's feats of strength?
It'll just for you. It'll just be 3d6 plus 2.
Okay.
Maybe I still will do the thing because the pluses. If it's only the pluses that are mattering, what's the difference anyways? It'll at least make your guys have different stuff, right?
Yeah, it definitely feels weird right now for me to be the only person who has like
Yeah.
skills at all.
All right. You guys have a little bit of a trouble lifting it, but you get it off the ground. You just are spending the turn basically putting
I'm
your
like holding the sled in place so
yeah.
that it doesn't slide out while they place the thing on it.
So both you roll me feats of strength again. This time you'll be able to, if you get as long as you get high enough, you'll be able to put it down, no problems.
Oh,
Do it again.
Yeah, do it again.
Okay.
Because you're trying to be careful and not drop it and break it.
I rolled identically twice.
Yeah.
That's not true. You got a 5-4-2 and then you got a 5-3-3. Technically different.
True, but it still ends on the same number.
Yeah, I know.
Guys need to roll that again.
Oh, you want us to roll again?
No, Cass needs to roll it again. Ooh, you are lucky, my friend. You kind of like you're trying to weirdly lift this thing up because you like unlike Shadow, you don't really have fingers. You're trying to hold it weirdly, and you kind of like maybe kind of crush it a little bit too much, but it's still intact.
Oh,
and then you drop it onto the sled.
Okay.
All right, and then it will take a turn for you guys to the rest of the turn to basically who's going to take the small ones and who's going to take the medium-sized one. Well, actually, with how many small ones you have compared to medium ones, you're basically like you're pulling you're going to be also having a medium one, so it won't matter. So you two get yourselves up and you set off. We're not done because you still have to get back to town. But let's see, how long would I think? How long is it going to take you to get back to town? This is why I put it into minutes rather than into. Let me just make a. Let me open up my handouts, my quick map traveling. So you're about 4 miles away, and you can move 15 miles in 8 hours. Here's where I do math again.
Roughly 2 miles in an hour.
Yeah. So it'll be about 2 hours to get back. Okay, how do I want to do this then? Well, now you guys are moving and you're not just in one spot. It is at this point that you will notice that it is getting windier and it is slowly starting to snow again now. Not enough that it blocks your, not enough that it's gonna block your vision, but it is starting to get a little iffy.
Let's make sure we stick close to the path then.
All right, I'm gonna do this one at a time here. Yes. Kaz, we'll start with you because this is a little bit worse for you than the other two. I need you to roll me endurance, which is still for you is a 3d6 plus 2, but I have to be specific because Lod's different.
What, me?
Yeah,
Sorry.
3d6. Yeah, 3d6, my friend.
Okay.
+2.
Okay. Okay.
Actually, you know what? All of you just roll me 3d6. Whatever you plus whatever your endurance is.
Oh no.
Do I have to do it again?
Hold on. You will, but hold on.
Okay.
If you want to type it in and get it ready. Well, roll me your endurance.
Endurance. Okay, 3d6 plus 3. I almost wrote 3d63, which would have given us some very interesting results.
Okay. Let me just make sure I read it. All right. As you guys are starting to leave, about 10 minutes later. Sorry, if it's it'd be about 2 hours. About 20 minutes later, you guys start to feel that it gets pretty cold. Shadow, you need to take a wound box.
One wound box.
Actually, you know what? Kaz, you also need to take a wound box.
Okay.
Law, can you give me a survival check on Kaz specifically?
Uh, sure.
Because Kaz is not is obviously from, you probably know now, from a volcanic region. He is not used to this really cold weather. The checks for him are going to be harder than for you two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. We definitely need to get back to town as quick as possible for your sake.
Mm-hmm. So each of you roll me 3d6 again.
Just 3d6 or
Oh, well,
the endurance check?
endurance, yeah.
What will be the penalty on Tyrannomon?
I
Or
can't
would it
tell
just
you
be
that.
like,
I'm assuming that's a behind the screen penalty.
Yeah, I can't tell you that.
gotcha. I thought I was going to apply the rule itself.
Also, one thing I need to note before you guys get any ideas, Law, uh, these wound boxes you cannot heal by just healing
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, I was figuring.
Basically, what happens, Law, is you would notice that Shadow is being hurt by the coldness, and you would heal him,
Yeah.
and then you would realize, oh, my healing isn't working because he's still cold.
Mm-hmm.
My roll
Yeah,
starting with
it's an
threes.
environmental issue.
All
It's not
right.
a injury.
So that is a second failure for you, Shadow. So everybody take one wound box. And
How would I
Kaz,
apply it in
actually,
this?
too. Everybody take one wound box.
Okay.
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 So that was 2, I believe, right? So
I got 1.
Yeah.
I'm going to change this so that it's at 3 here. So I can know for myself. This is just for me, so I know how many. So for the third one, again, roll me your endurance again.
Oh god.
This is kind of awful.
Oh. Yeah, apparently you're not built for the cold either. You weren't properly weatherized on the production line.
No, my civils are starting to
You were a
freeze.
warm
The
weather
roads are
blimp
freezing.
only, apparently.
This is getting real bad, huh?
Kaz, need another one from you.
Okay.
If while I'm talking, you start typing in the next one, because you're going to need to do at least you're going to need to do 3 more.
3? Oh, geez.
Oh god, too many.
Whoa!
Well,
You said 3. I did 3.
You sure did. All right, well, I don't have to worry about Kaz anymore.
Wow.
Okay. So
Sorry, was I supposed to
everybody,
space them out? I just figured the way you said it, it sounded like we should just roll them.
La, you're fine. Everybody else take a wound box.
Hooray! The funny numbers going up.
It'll be fine, I'm sure.
Guys
You
take a
guys
break.
will just rest by the fire for the night, and it'll be good as new.
All right, and round 4 for the 2 of you, please, because he's already rolled his other ones.
Oh, okay.
Actually, Shadow, you need to actually take an additional wound box.
Ah,
God, am I gonna have to drag your corpses back too? Come on.
you're gonna need a bigger sled.
Apparently.
I'm gonna bring you guys back to the Icicle Pass just so I can see what you're. Please just what are you guys' at for wound boxes right now?
3. I'm at 3.
2.
3, 2. All right. So La, I need one more from you.
Oh, okay.
All right, La, you don't take any this time, and Shadow, you don't take any this time.
Hey, he can survive.
Kaz, this time you don't take any.
We have resilience. It's working.
Okay.
And then finally, I need you to. That's hold on. How many actually was that? Just so I can freaking do math here correctly. When did that start? Because now I can't even fucking remember. So it's after that. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, it would be before that, so that would have been that one. Yeah, it would have been. So this one, you would have been. No, it would be. Yeah, it would be. That one's the starting one? Yeah, that one is the starting one. So, 1. You rolled that. 2. 3. Oh, those are your rolls, Law. I thought there were Kaz's rolls. God, that's why that confused the fuck out of me.
No, you said roll 3, so I rolled 3 of them.
I said have it ready, not just constantly do it. Okay,
Well,
now that's why it
sorry.
confused me because I thought Kaz rolled the 3, not you.
Oh no, you said get them ready. You'll have to roll at least 3 more, so I just punched 3 in.
I tried to correct you earlier, but
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I didn't hear it. I got confused as fuck. Okay, now hold on. So unfortunately, so I need to go back here. Kaz, get a. Actually, you're gonna lose one anyways from that. Go to 5, Kaz.
Oh no.
5 wound boxes.
Yes.
Okay.
Shadow, you're fine. Law, you're fine basically for the rest of the turns.
Okay.
Because you rolled good enough. So yeah, that is why that confused the fuck out of me.
Yeah, sorry about that.
1
Was not my
2,
intention.
3. Did I do that right? I'm pretty sure. So that 19 one was the one where it started. So 1, 2. So that's you would have been failed there. So that's 1. That would be for that check. So that's 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. Yes, that would have only been 3. So yes, so that means I need 2 more from Kaz and Shadow. Yes. So Kaz, roll me 1 more, and Kaz and Shadow, roll me 1 more.
Oof.
Okay.
Go to what is your maximum?
Oh.
Go to 7 wound boxes there, Shadow.
Oh God. Yeah, you really need to sit by the fire tonight.
1d6.
Holy shit.
Kaz, you're fine.
Okay.
You're also not adding your.
It's fine. It's
endurance
+2. I'm good. He would have been fine with the 16.
Okay,
All right,
let's
both
see if
of you
I
need to
die.
roll me 1 more.
Oh, for God's sake, are you kidding me?
Okay.
Wow. You are actively trying to freeze to death at this point.
How?
Fantastic.
Curse
La,
of the
roll
rolls
me a
gets me
D100,
again.
please.
Who? Me?
What?
You, yes. Okay, so here's what happens. About 20 minutes before you would reach the city, uh, you see your blimp friend slowly start to fall out of the sky, just slowly, slowly, and then he above, just barely above the ground, he drops the ice crystals. None of them shatter, thankfully. But he is now unconscious. You're at
Alright.
exactly your maximum wound boxes there, Shadow.
I changed it.
All right.
3 ones.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Kaz, bring him back to town. I will handle getting the sleds. He needs to get somewhere warm quickly. You'll be able to just leave your sled behind and his. Bring him to town. I'll bring mine, and then we can try and come back. Or I'll see. I'll try and tie them together if I can.
Okay. I pick up the blimp. Blimp on.
Just a T-Rex carrying a blimp.
Give me a.
Pardon me, come through.
I need both you and Law and Kaz to give me feats of strength.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Kaz, you're able to lift up the blimp and carry him back to town successfully.
Okay.
Oh, no, sorry, that was Law. It's still successful because that's still a 15. Law, because are you trying to put them all together and try and bring them all back at the same time?
I just want to try and tie the medium one to the big one. I'll leave the small one for now in case we can't come back for it, but
Okay.
I don't want to risk losing like most of our stuff to the storm.
You need to roll me another endurance check.
Okay.
You're able to pull it, but it is definitely a lot harder and is slowing you down.
Yep, that doesn't surprise me. Wow, exactly in the middle.
3, 3, 3 plus 3. Damn.
You need to take 2 wound boxes.
Yeah, I can do
Actually, no,
that.
take 1. Sorry, 1, just 1.
Okay.
I need you to give me another feats of strength and an endurance check. Kaz,
Okay.
you get back, and the Mammoth Mon are weirded out that you are weirded, just weird seeing you carrying the Blintmon into town, and you run past them through the gates. I assume back to the inn, right?
Yeah, I ran past them.
Yeah, run past them. You head straight to the inn.
Yeah.
The Mammoth Mon,
Go
realizing
inside.
that your friend is unconscious as you're carrying past them, they don't stop you. Which one is
Okay.
your feats of strength, Law?
The second one, because I think you said endurance and feats of strength in
Yes.
that order, so that was the order that I rolled.
Right. You make it back to town carrying the 2 things, but you need to take 2 more wound boxes.
Yep, expected. All right, I'll deposit the sleds with the Mammoth Mon, and I'll try and kind of explain what happened. Like as the storm got worse, Blitmon
Yeah, it's
wasn't
at this
able to
point
make
that
it.
the wind has picked up and it is snowing a lot heavier now.
Yeah. So I'll explain to them there's one more sled out there that mostly just has like some chunks, but we got these 2 larger pieces intact and made sure to bring them back. We can try to go out for the chunks and the sled maybe tomorrow, but we are not built for this weather and need to hunker down.
It's only like 20 15 minutes away if you want to go back and get it. It's up to you.
I'm worried about the weather getting worse, though, is the thing. I guess how many checks would I need to make if I do that?
Go there, you need to make 1 endurance check. Coming back, you would also need to make 1. So just 2.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'll see if I can get the last things in before the storm
Because
gets really bad.
the other one is just smaller, so it's not going to take as much time going there and back. You're probably fine. You take
Okay.
2 more wound boxes.
On the way back isn't great, but all right, we get
Yeah.
everything in.
They'll
I'm
say
going to
they'll say
join
they'll
them at
pay you
the end.
once the storm after the storm is passed. They'll pay you. For
Yeah,
now,
we
just
we
go
all we
take
all need to
rest
warm
up.
up and get some rest anyway. So,
Yeah.
but I will tell them that at the very least the main path is clear, and there were only a couple of chunks left, or a couple of icicles left nearby.
Well, I mean, on that map, on this map, there's way more like outside of it, like bigger ones and smaller
Sure.
ones. There's one, but they're really just worried about the ones that were on the path. What you get after that was just bonus.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, it's way later than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's 9:30 already.
Alrighty. So yeah, I will give you your reward stuff tomorrow, or tomorrow, next week. But basically, what
So next
happened?
week I'm actually not going to be available because I have family in town.
Ugh.
Sorry.
Okay. That's okay. That gives me more opportunities to do more prepared stuff. Then, let's see. What do I have it written down? What they are giving you for just clearing off the road? Do I have anything for that right now? Okay. Let me see what you cleared off the road, and let me get you that, so I don't have to worry about that and forget about it. Let's see. You brought back a large one, a medium one, and then basically a bunch of smaller ones. No, you brought back two medium ones, right?
Two mediums, a large, and effectively
Three small
two or
ones.
three smalls. I don't remember if it was two or three.
Yeah, it was three small ones because I couldn't remove one of them from the map. That's why. Uh, so, uh, the large one that you brought back successfully, they'll give you, yeah, that much each. The medium ones, yeah, and then we'll do that. So that's gonna be two, 25, 50, 2,750 bits each.
Okay.
Okay.
Was that so?
And because I don't have anything else to really give you guys per se other than bits, each of you roll me a d10.
10 apparently.
Oh, now I'll roll high. Well, I've got to stay.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Like, okay, we need one more to get back to town. All ones. Great, fantastic.
Snake Eyes.
No notes.
I've got the three-eyed god serpent over here. Like, what the heck is this?
Kaz, roll a d10. Oh, too many.
Oh, 5.
All right. So I'm gonna reveal this to you guys under handout. La, roll another d10.
Okay.
All right. So, they will award you also a. Let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3. They will reward you a 2-turn speed plugin.
Ooh.
Uh,
Okay.
that's 2. That's 3, 4. They will reward you a 1-turn health plugin.
All right.
And a, what did you roll, an 8? That's 5. Oh wait, did I do this right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did something wrong here. Why is it? Why is it? Oh, you know what? That's why I counted that. That's why. So actually, it would have only rolled a D9, but that's okay. I'm gonna. We'll say the way that it should have been. They'll also reward you. Shadow, roll a D3.
Me?
Yeah. They reward you a 1-turn bit plugin.
Bit plugin.
Yeah. I have
Okay.
I have given you the purchasable items / foods, which foods is currently not on there yet. 'Cause I
Okay.
couldn't think of what they would do specifically, but the plugins and items are in there. So there's health stuff, then there's the plugins.
Can you remind me how many bits we got again?
2750.
Yes,
All right. Cool.
and that will be it. So not next week, then the week after.
Yeah.
We will play.
I don't think I have any other like people visiting or trips I'm taking or anything like that for quite a while after this. So I at least shouldn't have any barriers to participation.
All right, great. In that case, stop.